Welcome back. It's just about 6:51. Time for the morning sprint.
We're still monitoring that breaking news in Whitewater, where officers are currently in a standoff with someone who's barricaded themselves in a building. Walworth County Dispatch says it sent a SWAT team to help out. Dispatch says the person made threatening statements about wanting to hurt officers. We'll report developments on channel3000.com.
Janesville police say one person is dead this morning after a canoe flipped over on the Rock River. Police responded to the scene just before 5 last night. They say 2 people were on the riverbank, but a third had been in the canoe when it capsized. That person briefly resurfaced after the incident, but hadn't been seen since. First responders found the person's body after about 20 minutes. A man in Janesville is facing homicide charges after leading police on a 14-mile chase. This happened yesterday morning around 4 a.m. when police showed up to Center Avenue for calls of shots fired. That's where the chase started. It took officers all across town. Police ultimately arrested the man on Ruger Avenue near the I-39 overpass. He's now facing charges of attempted first-degree intentional homicide.
Police in northern Illinois are investigating a suspected hate crime. Police are charging 71-year-old Joseph Zuba, a landlord, with murdering one of his tenants, a 6-year-old boy, and seriously injuring his mother, all because they were Muslim. Police say Zuba stabbed 6-year-old Waiduya Alfumi 26 times Saturday. His 32-year-old mother has more than a dozen stab wounds.
Palestinian officials say a direct Israeli airstrike killed 5 rescuers in the Gaza Strip this morning. You're looking at drone footage. It shows the devastation from those airstrikes. All of this comes just days after Israel told 1 million northern Gazans to evacuate to the south.
Madison folks coming together this weekend to remember the 15-year-old girl shot and killed on Madison's east side. Police still don't have anyone in custody in connection with her death. But if you would like to help Kaisha Miller's family, her mother has a GoFundMe page set up. You can donate. Find a link at channel3000.com.
The Madison School District will receive almost 15% less money in general aid from the state this school year compared to last. Most of the aid is calculated using a formula that sends more money to districts with lower property values. Since Madison's property values have soared in recent years, it handicaps the district when it comes to state aid.
Republicans want to change the governor's plans to address shortages in Wisconsin. On Friday, the Senate released a plan to cut taxes for people making up to $225,000 a year and create a state tax credit for families paying for daycare. The package of bills would also increase tax deductions for private school tuition. The governor's office called the package embarrassing.
Wisconsin Attorney General Josh Kaul is joining 24 other states in a challenge to a court ruling that restricts abortion medication. It's over an appeals court ruling that restricts the use of mifepristone. It's the only FDA-approved abortion medication. Kaul is joining other AGs in calling for the Supreme Court to reverse the lower court's decision.
A number of House Republicans are in talks to block Jim Jordan's path to the speakership. Representative Jordan plans to force a floor vote tomorrow, and there may be as many as 40 no votes. The decision comes after Kevin McCarthy was forced out 2 weeks ago, and House Majority Leader Steve Scalise backed down due to a lack of support.
Happening today, a U.S. district judge will hear arguments over whether to impose a gag order on former President Trump. It's over his comments against prosecutors in his federal election interference case. He's called the lawyers, quote, a team of thugs, and one of them a gutless pig. Trump's defense calls the proposal an unconstitutional effort to silence his political speech.
The drugstore Rite Aid filing for bankruptcy this morning. The company is facing falling sales and expensive legal fights for allegedly filling unlawful opioid prescriptions. It's considered a runner-up to rivals CVS and Walgreens.
The country's biggest ever healthcare strike now over. The company Kaiser reached a tentative deal with its 75,000 union employees. Wages will go up now by about 21% over 4 years, and workers will get a new minimum wage of at least $23 an hour. The strike only lasted 3 days, with threats to extend it if a deal wasn't reached by the end of the month.
There's a trail derailment this morning that is blocking lanes on a busy interstate in southern Colorado. It happened yesterday, a few miles north of Pueblo. A bridge collapsed and 12 cars filled with coal spilled. Colorado State Patrol confirms one semi-truck driver is dead. Investigators with the NTSB and BNSF Rail Company will be on scene today to figure out what happened.
Afghanistan is dealing with another earthquake this morning. A 6.3 magnitude quake hit the country yesterday. At least 4 are dead, more than 150 injured. This comes just weeks after yet another earthquake killed thousands.
Good morning, meteorologist Kelly Slifka. We do have quite a bit of cloud cover that's starting to move back into Madison after being clear last hour. We can see we do have clearing here in Platteville. Our Queen Bee radio Skycam showing that. And that's where it's really cold. Temperatures well in the 30s. We're down to 38 in Madison now that the clouds have moved in. We'll be in and out of these clouds throughout the day. Temperatures only in the lower half of the 50s today, as we will see some cooler than average temperatures this afternoon. A little bit warmer as we go through the next couple of days. Today, though, in the 50s. By tomorrow, we should be up to 57. Warmer day on Wednesday, 62, with that chance of showers later in the afternoon.
Thank you, Kelly. Stay with us, folks. The latest on that breaking news situation in Whitewater right here on News 3 Now.